Hey there, and welcome to the MinDak Gold and Silver Market Report, brought to you in about 5 minutes or less because we know you're busy and we don't want to waste your time. It has been a hot minute since our last video. We're sorry it's taken so long to get back to you, but we have been busy, and we'll talk about that more later on in the video. For right now, let's get to today's gold and silver prices. Gold is at $19.35 an ounce. That's down $8 on the day. Silver is at $25.16. That's down 32 cents on the day. Our previous prices on the last video were $18.37 gold and $23.37 silver. So those are some nice increases in a little over a month. But there has been some wild volatility in the last month. And what's driving it? What's happening in the news? Let's just get right to it. This Russia-Ukraine war is definitely affecting gold and silver prices. It's bringing higher prices, and it's also bringing much wilder volatility. I talked about this in our last video, and I was surprised the situation wasn't moving prices more. Does anyone old like me remember when geopolitical events used to really move the gold and silver prices? We've had quite a few events recently, with the whole Russia-Ukraine issue. And here's the deal, folks. As long as this conflict continues, it's going to continue to have an effect on precious metals prices, both up and down. If it gets worse, prices are probably going to go up. If we get peace talks and a ceasefire, prices might correct a little bit and come back down. But here's what I want you to remember. We're still facing all the same economic nightmare scenarios that we were before this war began. We're still $30 trillion in debt. We still have out of control inflation. And we are definitely starting to see the signs of the dreaded stagflation. Oh yeah, and the Fed raised interest rates a quarter point, and that's not going to help anything. Plus, they're forecasting like 6 more rate hikes this year and 3 more rate hikes next year. Yeah, right, like that's ever going to happen.
It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's a total fabrication.
What's going on in the shop? Well, like I said before, we have been busy. There is a lot of activity right now, and that is affecting both premiums and it's affecting supply. We're having a little bit of trouble getting stuff from our wholesalers and keeping it on the shelf because it's going out the door pretty quick. And we appreciate your business and we thank you for that. Gold is still pretty much readily available depending on what you want to order. Silver, we have it in stock, but supply chains are kind of tight on silver, and what we're selling today we might not be able to replace for maybe a week, 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks. So the good news is, and what I want you to keep out of this, is that we can get the metal. We do have it on hand. If you want to place an order for something that we don't have in stock, or you want to do a larger order where we need to order it in for you, we can do that. We can transact today. We can lock the price in today, and we're all good to go. The only thing we have to do at that point is wait for the order to arrive. And just like everything else in the world right now, sometimes getting your hands on products is a little dicey, and that's the way it is in the precious metals markets right now. But we would love your business. We're actively selling, and we can lock you in today. Another thing we're seeing in the shop is we have a lot of customers coming to us, both previous customers and first-time customers, that are terribly concerned, or more and more concerned, about the government seizing or freezing their assets or their bank account or their retirement account because of what happened in Canada with the trucker protest up there. In a digital world where assets can be seized or frozen with the click of a button, it's very good to have hard assets on hand and in your control. What does in your control mean? It means that you have them in your house, in your garage, out back, buried under the oak tree, at the lake place, wherever it is that you can securely keep it, and you have it in a place where you can get to it quickly if and when you need it. We definitely don't recommend storing your precious metals in a bank safety deposit box. Why? Because if the you-know-what really hits the fan, the banks are going to be the first thing that closes, and they don't have to let you in to get your stuff. And now what are you going to do? You can have $1 million of precious metals in the bank, but if you can't get to it, it's not going to do you any good. So that's why we recommend keeping it in your physical control. We have 2 stores to serve you here at MinDak Gold and Silver. our original store, Fargo, North Dakota, and our new store in the Phoenix area. Well, it's not so new anymore. Been down here about 8 months now. Things are going very well, thank you, in Fountain Hills, Arizona. Beautiful town. If you ever get to the Phoenix area, I hope you stop in and say hello. Both numbers for both stores are on the screen below, and our website is down there too if you want to check us out on the web, mindakgold.com. We would dearly love it if you could leave us a comment on this video. Maybe something you would like us to talk about in one of our upcoming videos, or some feedback or criticism, whatever. Go ahead, say hello. We'd love to hear from you. And we'd also really appreciate it if you could hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out a lot, and we appreciate it. I'm MinDak Jack. And remember, until next time, if you can't hold it, you don't own it.